Welcome back to Timberborn and a new playthrough. So, I'm just going to set this up. Now, I'm going to play the IT. This is the first time on the channel that you've actually seen I've actually played the Iron Teeth. I did go away and play a little bit just to get used to the Iron Teeth. Not too much, maybe a couple of hours or so, just to familiarise myself. Because obviously, they play different to the folktales. But we're also going to do something else we haven't done yet. Now, instead of playing an official map, I'm going to play a custom map. Now, you'll see these. I set my custom maps up. I save them. You can get them from the workshop in Steam, or you can find them from itch.io or whatever. But I tried to set mine up slightly different to what everybody else does. I like to see, when I download it and whatever. And the reason why I do that is, if they update it, it will be as it is before the update. So, because obviously you're playing through it, I don't want changes, or I don't want to try and get changes. Now, obviously, this map has been around for a while, so we don't really have to worry about too much. So now I'm going to go next. I'm going to also play this on hard. We're going to up the ante. Yeah. I'm telling you now. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And the reason why I'll stipulate that is you're going to see things that's going to frustrate you. You're going to see things that are going to annoy you. But just bear with it. We'll work through it, So let's start. Obviously, I've got to give it a name and things like that before we even go anywhere. Hopefully my prepping has already done that for me when we're loading. Come on, Kim. Don't let me down. Right then. I'm just going to go here. So I'm going to... that's a save name. And we'll also have to do something else as well. So I'm just going to pause. Quickly press the pause button. And I can edit my district centre. And we will do that, because it'll only allow me from a certain size. And now we've got our district centre. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to up the... Bearing in mind, we're on hard here. There's no messing about. You don't play hard unless you played Timberborn for a little while. So hopefully I don't, put a word in, completely suck at this. But we'll see how it goes. So obviously they're running out. They're going to give me a little bit of a thing, and I'm going to keep this on here for now. So I'm going to set just a few things up. I was like a little path around. Then now there's quite a few difference between the folktales and the Iron Teeth. What it is if we look in, I think I just need to remind myself which one it is now. And this is typical. So we've got breeding pod. Now, what a breeding pod, the folktales need housing to breed. The Iron Teeth do not. They need a breeding pod. So it does give us a bit of an advantage. So we don't need a barracks straight away like this. We get these other things, but we don't need it. So, because it's on hard, we've got to be very careful. I mean, we've only got this. We can't get over there because we don't have any stairs. We do have this as well to get trees to start with, but that's about it. So we've got to manage this quite substantially. And why do I say that? Because I've tried this before, and I've sucked at it, basically. And it was like that. So I've tried to learn, because obviously, like I said, I've not played on hard or anything like that ever before. I've just played on normal. So I'm up to the ante for me, never mind for you to watch. So what I'm going to do is, remember, a lot of this stuff is going to be disabled. So don't worry about... Pig, why are you being that now? Why are you doing that now? It's just to say, well, this is where I'm going to have that. Now, what I'm going to do is is I'm also going to set these out, as you can see. But I'm not going to put them in, so you understand what this is for. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We will need to put these in, but bearing in mind, I haven't got a lot of trees. Oh, talking about trees, just let's set ourselves up, because this is what I tend to forget to do at the start of every game. I'll do that while I'm here. I will also do this while I'm here as well. I've got everything. I think so. We are going to come over here because we can see all the nice juicy oaks and things. So we'll have to get this. This will need to be done. I'm just setting everything up before before we get to the stage of wanting to cut all. Yeah, we're going to cook, obviously. Well, we are going to cook, but not for a while anyway. And we'll do this one as well. We might as well. Remember, I've still got this on pause. It's important to do this because, like I said, we're... shall we say we're against the clock on this particular one. Now, I'm going to come down here. Now, I will be setting one up here as well, but I don't want to go too far. Remember, I don't want to... Because this is hard, we've got to think slightly differently to what we're doing. Well, that's the way I found it anyway, when I obviously tried this for a few hours. I'm going to pause these. These are not going to be done first. We've already got... I wish there was a way to multi-select and do that. I'm sure somebody knows that... And I did thank Lewis for the help with the other thing that I had, and he knows what it is. The deleting, the multi-deleting. I thought that was brilliant. Thank you for that again, Lewis. So I'm only going to set 4 now. Don't forget, we've got 8, and we've got 8 children. They don't work. They don't do anything yet. So they'll come on soon. To get these breeding pods working, we need 10 logs. We're not going to do this yet. This is a bit later on. But they need berries and they need water. So what we're going to do, we're just setting things out. What I'm going to need, because when I get these logs, I need to get as much logs as I can in a short period of time. That's why I'm enabling that. We're going to be messing about here, back and forth. I'm going to do 4 on here. I'll put that as a high. I want to keep them in there. I've got it 23. I'm also going to need a storage. I'll get the large storage behind here. That'll be our first building that we're going to make. Because the reason why is we need to store these logs. That's why I've done it up here. Like I said, I played this a little bit just to get my head around what the hell I'm trying to do. Because it's a lot harder than, because if you make mistakes, that'll be the end of the game. Now, also, as you can see here, let's just quickly go. I mean, look at the map. It's absolute. I mean, we played New Dynamic. Look at the size of this map. It's gigantic. It's probably not the biggest, but it's one of the big ones. And there was 2 reasons why I picked this. Because as you could see when you first started, all the little bits. I understand we're 8 minutes in, but, like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I'd rather explain things than just go into it and do that. I picked it for this. And I picked it for this. As we know, the reason why we're playing a new one is my saves on Cliffside went into the ether somewhere and can't get them, can't whatever. We don't know. One of the developers reckons it's obviously OneDrive. So I bet you this machine is unlinked. It ain't going anywhere near. But every time now, once I do this one here, I save it off onto my server or wherever I want to put it, So, let's get this started. Now we're going to get 4. I need to build this. Remember, so that means I've got 4, but I've still got 4 left to go in here. While I'm doing this. Where do we want? We want water. Now, there's another... I'm just going to pause, as there'll be a reason why. You go... Hey, pig, that's a hell of a lot of... that's a lot of water, mate. And yes, it is. I'm going to pause that, but you'll see why in a minute. It's all got to be done in a certain way. We do need a water. That's a gimme. There's no, you know... Otherwise, we're goners. I'm just going to turn this around because I can't see. And I'll line this up. There is a reason why. When we get to the power situation later on, it might be in this video, it might be in the next one, I don't know. I've only got it on, I can speed that up just slightly. Right, I'm going to go that down to... These should be all started to cut. Let me make sure I've got tree cutting. The problem is when this gets full, which it won't take too long, they'll stop cutting. We cannot have that at all. We need to be able to. So that's why the first thing I've built is this. The next thing we need to look at. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm sorry that I'm pausing, but you'll see why. And I know you're going to say, what the cheesy dabs is pig doing? You'll see why. Because what I'm doing is I'm just setting things up. It might not even need all this, actually. Yeah, I'll just leave that for now. Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of the food then. I'll play this, like I said. I've done a little practice for a few hours on here. And I played probably about three to five times. Because I kept getting killed, because I couldn't understand a few things. Because obviously, one, I don't know the Iron Teeth that well, and two, I'm on hard. So you have to start thinking about things. As this is going through, we'll probably pause again in a minute, and I'll walk around. Because I've got to keep on this in the early stages. This is so important. And I've got to be careful about using too much wood as well. I can't just build all sorts. That's why... now we started to get this logging. Now he's going to take and build this. So that's the first thing we want to get out the way. The next thing is we've got to decide which side do we want this to enable or this to enable. Probably would be best. The reason, I'll go back, and the reason why I've not put it up here, I know we're taking away potential food. And that's something that we've got to be careful of. But there's a reason why is because we're on the hard, I don't want them to have to walk up here to put water in here. It needs to be as close as possible. And I know I could use this section as well. This I've left because we could have another one in. One of the disadvantages the Iron Teeth have over the Folktails is they only get two. Well, you only get a maximum of two. Is it two? Yes, two. You know, they can collect water. Where the Folktails can have three. So that's another. And obviously, the Folktails has it has a large water as well, where the Iron Teeth do not. So that's quite a disadvantage, especially when you're playing on hard mode, which we are. This is a hard mode. This is almost coming up. Then we need to start enabling these sort of things. I'm going to enable this. Then once we start pumping this, we've got to start pumping water. But we've got to be really, really careful because we've only got a certain amount of logs that we can access. If I use all the log situation up, that's the end of the game because this will take too long to cook. We are going to use some of this for food, but we'll go over that. Did I? Yeah, I did. I just wondered, did I get that in there? I can boost up in a minute. I will be going a bit faster eventually. Don't worry. Right then, we could go down one. And this will, and I'm going to put this up. Now I've got this going. I want to enable one of them. And I'm going to go for water. And I want to construct that. That's really important in this early play. The next one, don't particularly like that being there, so I'm going to get rid of that because it's in my way. Get rid of that. I think I'll come down. I want to be here. I want now a gathering flag because I want to get this, but I also want to get some storage as well. I may, one that built this, I may get another one. I need about, I would say maybe 3 to 4 of these. I don't want to go too far because obviously that's burning wood. Now there'll be other things that I need to do. Right, that's, I'm going to do, that's it from there. Right, so that's fine. I want now a gathering. These were, like I said, these are not... I'm keeping an eye on this as well. I'm only still on the first day, so we're not doing too bad. But like I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a nightmare. I'm going to put 2. This should allow this all this level to be taken up. We can't get up there yet. But we may do eventually. We may not even need it. Unfortunately, though, these are pretty decent. You know what I mean? If they were tiny, I would have taken them down already. I will... Because I want this storage, again, I've got to be able to store some of this stuff. So we're going to... we could do it here. We could do it here. But don't forget, I want to get up here as well. See this? Which the only way is to come this way or this way to get up there. So I've got to keep this. I've got to keep this or this, you know, this area here pretty free. But I don't want to go too far away. Can I get that one in there? Just let me put this. Can I get this? Oh, I can get that in there. So I'm going to pause that one. And that one's going to be a bit of berries. Now, obviously, I do have berries, but they will run out once I enable this. And they've got to eat them as well. So let's unpause again. I know some people don't like this pausing and unpausing, but when you're playing this hard mode, it's very difficult to lose the track. And things are happening, or you've gone over the top. That's the way I found it. Obviously, these are going to grow. And I'm not obviously going to replant because I want to get the food. Now, the food, you're going to see some incredibly weird stuff in this game. So be prepared to go, what the? But you'll see why in a minute. Now, I'm just putting these and I'm just pausing. The reason why I'm pausing, because I know you're going to say, Pig, what the hell are you doing? It'll all come into fruition eventually. Don't worry about that. I want to get this around here, so I want to be able to walk. Now, I know, again, this is sort of growable. This isn't. Because we've got this, I can scroll ahead. This is a bit of green. But, again, these will be getting the food, eventually. I'll only enable one at a time. This allows me to go over there, which I'll be putting some food on here, not berries. Because I can get right the way over it. If I tried this one, I suppose I would get there. This one will allow... There's only certain ones of these I need to come in here as well. So, there's always method in my madness, don't worry. Once I've got this going, I also now I'm getting the second one, I want... That needs to be full. That needs to come on and be... Well, I can leave it like that because with the next thing I build. So I'm trying to increase the water. I've got to get water done. I've also got to get this done as well. This is important as well. Once this has gone down, I'll transfer over here. That's where I built them. What I'm going to do, though, is to preempt this coming over... is I'm just going to enable. These don't cost nothing. So I might as well get them to construct something and then I'll pause them again. Because it'll save some time. Time in this is really crucial to start with. I've got 15 in water. That's not too bad. We'll have to enable another one when we get to 30. Or before 30. Probably when I get to 15. Oh, I've already got to 15. I meant 15 in there, not necessarily 15 in there. Because they get so much in the barrel as well. I'll move it on slightly faster. Again, I'm a bit worried I missed things. Because when I played this before, I missed so many things and then realised that now we're getting into the second day. So we're in the one of, 2. So we're not doing too bad. I've got 23 logs. Do I? I think I do. I'm going to enable one of these. I'll need to workforce it as well. I haven't got a lot of beavers, so I'm probably... But what will happen is they plant faster than they pick the stuff back up again. So we'll have to be enabling and disabling different industries to get things going. Now, obviously, I haven't got these going yet. I've still not have to worry about they haven't gone from children. Once they start, I need to be able to do that. This is important to get going. Now, once that's gone, I can pause. They're built. I'm not going to use them yet. I've already got the cutting enabled. Obviously, I can't get up there, but we will get up there eventually. We need to get over here. I'm just going to put that path now. We need to get over here as soon as we can. But the problem is this is behind the wooden stairs, so I need 70. Now, I know I also need the forester, but actually the stairs is more important because I need to get down here and I need to be getting this. The reason why is I need to block this somewhere to be able to get the water up. Bearing in mind, eventually we're going to have things like a drought and things. We've got to get over that. Never mind the bad water that we're going to get. Right, I'm going to pause again, sorry. Plant crops. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do that yet because I need something else. But I'm going to pause it as well. I know you're going to say, well, I've just gone over there, but don't worry about that. The reason why I'm doing this is it's close to the storage. I don't want them yet. In this early stage, I don't want them to have to walk around. It wastes time. And we need to get food. We need to get things in. Now, obviously, when this is built, we'll only have, I think it's 50 before I'm going to need a storage. So that's another thing. But I don't need one earlier on. There's no point getting something unless you need it. Right. That now is going to get built after this. I need to select. Obviously, it's not, it said, oh, well, I don't know what to do. So we are going to probably be about this. Not too sure how far that it can get all this. That's a lot of food, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not going in here. I could go in here, but I'm not doing it yet. They will start to plant. We need to make sure... What have I got? I've got an extra one now. I'm going to leave this on. We've still got... so I'm going to put him in here. And I'm going to put him in here. That needs to be on. That needs to be definitely on. So I should have enough. Obviously, I haven't got the gathering, and I haven't got this yet. Water is such a critical part of this. That's why I haven't got that enabled yet, but I am going to enable it. And just keep an eye on this. I need to... The thing is, like I said, they plant faster than they pick up. They're not going to get all... We're not going to get all this. Some of this is going to die. But I'm just planting it nonetheless. I probably could have actually just done this, to be honest. Yeah, let's let's do a bit of a change. I'm sorry, I paused it again. I'm going to do this. I'll do that later because I think the won't get this in the time. It takes 3 days to grow. Now I'm a bit worried then. No, I'll go back and do what I said I was going to do. Trouble is, it's like, do you or don't you? And then you find out you could get it all. And, you know. So now we've got this going. This has not to be turned off at any circumstances. And I need to keep it on planting. Because when they pick one up for food, they'll plant another one in its place. So that's another thing. I've got enough water. I need to add another one of these in to be able to be... I need about 3. 4 would be better before we get the first drought coming. Now, we won't get over the first drought. That's just something we cannot do, I don't think. I'm just looking in here. I can't find out where it is now. District Centre. No, I don't want to be in District Centre. What am I doing? I want to be in Science. Again, I'm going to pause these. You'll see why. I'm just setting... I'm setting things up. Right, I'm doing this, and this is a setup as well. That... I want to push this through here. The reason why is obviously when I enable these is that I have to walk all the way around here and get this, which I don't really want them to have to do. I could do that, though, couldn't I? That'll be a bit better. Right, that's fine. This is all paused. We'll have to build this, hopefully, some of these or all of these, before the drought starts. Or potentially for the next drought. We may not get through. Hopefully we'll get through the first drought. We've got only that one yet. How are we doing? We're not over there yet, so that's not actually too bad. I want to make sure. I'm actually going to go down to down 1. The reason why is obviously I've got these enabled. Maybe not. Go down to 1 again. I'm trying to get these going. That's fine. These are not activated yet. Once all this has been... I don't think... How far can we reach? Oh yes, they can reach there. And they can reach there. I'm just checking to see could they reach the entire lot, or otherwise I'll take some of that off, because then they won't plant it anyway. I've got this at 23, which is normal 60, because at the start of this game I found if you push them, you know, to get what you want, then they'll be a little bit better. I've got 49. I'm keeping an eye. There's a reason why I'm keeping an eye on this wood. And you'll see eventually. I need another. I definitely need another one. I'm going to enable one more. In fact, I might just go this one as well. Just to make sure. We've got a couple more. We can take this down, and a couple here. And then I don't need to disable them, and then I need to rush up there to go and do that. I need to keep building the wall. I think, I may be wrong, but I think I'm okay. If I could get 4 water butts for before the first drought, I don't know how long the drought's going to be. There we go. Drought's approaching. These should be okay. We will enable this for cannoli. In my test, cannoli is the only thing that I've actually... right. there's nothing else on this to actually be able to cut down. So now we've got to go to here. We're going to make sure that, I should have done this before, that they can access this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, right, that's fine. Because after this is the only wood that I've got left for a little while. Bearing in mind I've got 50. I am using it to build this. I also desperately need these to be built as well. Now we can take these down. So these are going to cost me 12 to build. But if I take these down, I can get 9 back. We may need them. We'll definitely need them at the start. I need to make sure in this drought that I get the stairs. Anything else is a bonus. Stairs at the minimum. I'm going to need the stairs eventually. I'm going to need a platform. I will need the forester because we got a little bit of nice here as well. But we'll need to start replanting as well. But like I said, as you can see, we're at 53%, and that's they only take I think about, well, let's go here. There. So it'll take 3 days, and you know, we'll eventually lose some of this. This is why I need to get these up. We've got 66%. I'm going to enable this to be built now. I've got 1 left. That's unfortunate, but that's what we've got. I need them to get this as fast as I can, because then I'll get all these 4 back. Well, I'll probably only use 1 to 2 of them from now on, after this, until I can get down here, because this is important, this is important. We know that the bad water, if we look at the water, we'll get bad water coming through here. I don't know whether it's cycle 4, cycle 5, so we won't get it in this playthrough. We may get it in the next one, or the next one, depending on how many cycle, you know, how many videos that we get before then. It may be 5, it may be 4. I could, if I really wanted to, once this is built, build that, but I'm just a bit worried. The reason why is I'll just pause, but you'll see why. Now, I've not built anywhere to get, once I get this enabled, it needs, as you can see, it needs planks. We've got nowhere to make planks. The problem being with this, I found when I was messing about and testing it, is we've got the lumberjack here, so we can build the logs, which is 20. But the problem is when this water goes, that's it. We're done. We stop. We have got no option to do it when it's not. So, and we want as much as this area to start with for the food and everything else. So that's why you see this area here, and I'll go through it when we get there. Like I said, I had a little bit of a practice on hard because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. When this water goes, I can disable these. You see, I've got 95. I just don't want to start building. I really love another one of these, but that's going to cost me 20. There could be a good situation if I do it a slightly different way. We got the power, so this is a large. Oh no, not that one. Not even that one. What am I doing? That one. Now I'll do a pause. So we've got these little. The beavers go into here, so it's 50. It's very expensive, so that's why I've kept as many of these as I can. These little nodules is where the buildings can be connected to. Now we can obviously connect one building, and we can have another building next to it, and they share power. That's how Timberborn works. So what I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to bung it there, but I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to pause again. So I need 50. I need 70. I've got enough, and I'm still getting stuff from here, and I've still got a couple of trees that are still growing. Before I even think about overpowering this, that's what I need to do. And I've got 1 day left. That's not including this as well. This is really, really, really important. But I need to get this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to enable these. I'm going to enable as many of these as I can get my hands on. And you'll see why when these won't get filled in. But when we get a drought, I can take these out. I can pause these, or, well, these will be almost paused, because this will be down. All I can do is say, well, I'll leave one in there. That gives me 3 back. That gives me another 2. That's all 5 filled. I can't build this. There's no point in me building this until I get this. Now, I get these 9 back, and I'll have to use it for here. It's the only way that I thought, well, how the hell am I going to do this? Obviously, we got the berries here as well. So now I'm getting the berries. As you can see, I've got these. Once this is done, I've only got this one and this one left. I might as well disable that. That gives me another 2 back. I haven't actually selected berries. You don't really need to select anything. I found that you do on there, though. I think that's going to be enough. I don't want to go too far with this. We're full of water. And now we started. Now you can see we started to get the food coming in. So I've got some. This will all die, probably this lot, but this lot might be all right as long as I've got enough. Bearing in mind, I've got berries as well, so we'll eat some of the berries. Right now, I haven't got these. I can disable this. We've got one. I need to start getting this built now. Going to do the 2 here because I want this to absolutely, and I'll disable this as well. Don't need that either once we might even get one of these started. Right, now you can see. In fact, I don't even need this anymore, so I can delete them. Pick them up. Make sure this is picked up. So the builders will pick them up and put them in our little log. So we've only got 50 something, but we haven't because we've got these here. And this has started already, so I'm going to even now get something going. This is great. This is before we've even got the drought going. I don't need any more water. I'm going to send one in here. No, I'll be generous, I'll send 2. We're probably going to stop one of these, but that's fine. That's all fine. It's all designed that way at my own brain cell. I could have got another one of these, but I haven't got a lot left. That's not enough, but I'll be getting rid of this anyway. Ooh, I just noticed there was one there. That was a bit of a thing, but it doesn't matter. I can... Because these don't cost anything. I probably forgot to... Yep. Cardinal sin. Forgot to actually... I'm also now going to cancel the cut-in from here. Because it doesn't really make any difference now, does it? Because we cut everything. Yeah, getting some hooks or something like that on there would be quite nice. Obviously, we can't do anything of this around here until we get these stairs. These stairs are so important to get. But we need to make sure we've got enough before the drought hits. And now I've got 16. That's not going to be enough, obviously. But I need to stop this. Now, what have I got in here? So we've got a dam, but we've also got the levee as well. Now, if I could get... I've got 20 already. If I can get 70, if I can get anything over the 70 for this, plus that. They're cheaper, you see. They're only 12. Because if I have to build the dam, that's 20. So I might as well get the levee. And I'm going to block some of this water. But if I don't get enough... Sorry about that. If I don't get enough, I'll put a dam in. But if I can get even more... I'll get the floodgate as well, and this is what that'll do. But obviously that costs me 5, and then we won't have to worry. So what have we got? we always have, we've got 15 in here as well, don't forget. I'll turn this off. So now this water's going. We've got 4 days. That's not too bad. I haven't got any. I've got to start thinking about in this next not too long. I've got 90 something left. I can take that away. So now I've got that. How many? I've got another some more logs here. I'm going to enable one. I know it means building. What about... I'll disable this. These will go in here. Because I'm trying to get this up as far as I can. I'm not too sure who puts things in here. I must admit. I always sort of think... have we got... Yes, we have. There's nothing much I can do while the water's... They're obviously... What they're doing is they're filling this back up again. So I've got 130. That should be enough. And I've got massive amounts of... I've got this going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this ready. So I'm going to build these two. Seeing as I've got enough beavers, I might as well. I need to start thinking about getting these going as well. And they're not getting these going yet because... I don't know actually who fills that in, to be honest. I think it might be... the gatherer. But I'm not too sure. I only need 4 to get these. Well, I'm going to need more than that. But so that's going. That gives me 34 left. That should be enough planks. I'll need a log and 4 planks to get this going. I'm going to get in here first. Have I got this for cutting? Yes, I have. Cutting trees. Because obviously it's the closest one. It's the closest one. And if we can see now, I've got the 90-something already. And we've still got 4 days left. That's brilliant. Right, so now I've got this. So we'll enable this. What we'll do is, we'll move these like that. Doesn't have to be pretty. It's only gonna... It's only to get this. I'll put these on full. Go. Obviously, they can't build that until they get in here. Right. I am going to... I don't want to pause these. I'm going to keep these going. I will do... one. I think I can get away with 1. And... might be able to get away with 2, actually. Is that going to be fast enough? That's 100%. That gives me the 3. So this is the 2, this is the 3. They'll start doing that off the little 22 logs that I've got. And keeping an eye on this, I want to make sure... I need, like I said, if I can get 120 and 150... I probably won't. I'll probably be able to only get the levies, but I can try and force this in the game when we play. Now we've got a breeding pod going. So we've got 1. I don't want to get any more. Bearing in mind I can take these down as well. And I think we've got this enabled. So what I'll do is, because I've got no more trees, trees will not grow when there's no water. Obvious reason. So I might as well... I could have even got a 6, to be honest. There was enough there to do it. I've got 10 logs left, so I haven't got many logs left. How many I've got? Right, let's just pause this now. That's enough to get this going. Right, I'm going to enable this again. They'll now start building that. Because I've got the 10... I've got 9 planks. I'd just be careful because I haven't got a lot of logs until I get here. I've got them in here disabled. The builder will start building this. I've got 75. So we're going okay. This is now going to start cutting. Obviously, he's going to put them in there. I need to make sure. I'm just keeping an eye on this. 5 isn't bad. Like I said, if I need logs back, then I will get them. Water, I've got 90 something. So I'm not doing too bad, and I've got 3 days left. It's about 3 water for every bee that a day. So, there you go, you see. But that's why I got the there. But we're getting this down. There's not massive amounts of trees here, but there's enough. Right, let's start to think about getting over here. We've got to do this. Because what we want to do is rank up this here. That will give me 4. That means I haven't got enough. So I'm going to have to do a bit of enabling again. What have we got left? I haven't got... Right. I'm going to have to... see what he's got here. That is it. Don't think there's anything else. Right, let's disable this. Enable this again. Because now I'm getting these through. I'm not worried. Still doing that as well. Like you see, now as you can see here, a lot of this is died. That's fine. I've got enough food for 2 days. We will be enable a second one in this next bit. And the berries will come to thing. Once I get this going, I've got all access to all this. In fact, what I could do is, while I'm waiting for that to do its thing, I can't get there. But I'm going to actually get rid of that, because it's just really annoying. There. So I can get a bit closer. We will put a couple of lumberjacks, and then we'll put a couple of gathering posts as well in that mix, because they can get all its berries. It's absolutely mental, all this. I tell you something, it's... Understanding what I was trying to do was the worst thing. Right, I've got to have this. This is almost... I can't get the resources, but we will get the resources in a minute. Obviously, can't build it because... right. Let's pause again. Because now I've got the planks, you see. I've got to be careful. I don't want to use all the planks. Now I can enable this back again. Now they're going to start to... Well, this is why I did the 23 hours. The 23 hours is really important. And I know this is going and it's taking water. But I've got to have at least a couple more of them. Right, now we've got the 4. Now we'll have the access to this when this gets taken up. Get that out of here. Stupid thing. Right, there's me lumberjack. I'll put that in. How we doing? Just so happens they're finished just at the right time. We'll put that. Just checking. I've got 3. I've got 10, so I should have enough. Now we're going to start getting that. How much? Right, here we go. I've got enough to convert that to, as you can see here. So where do we want... not that one, not that one. I'm going to pause this one, but I am going to build these 2. I don't think I'll get another 100 within this day or so, but we will get close. Because I need this. I need to get 150, obviously. That's quite a lot to get this going. That's disabled. That's the... I can enable these two now. The reason why is because I've got all this wood here that's going to be absolutely cut down. And they're going to start building this up. So it's important to get more breeding pods done. Because we do not want these to... They will die. These will die. So I've got to start getting this going. It's absolutely manic, this game. It really is. Especially when you're playing it on hard. To understand. I've got 4 cannoli left. Cannolables. And then I've got enough. I'll have enough here. I should have enough to get this as well. So that'll be... and I've got... So that's going to give me some more food as well. So I'm not too much worried about the food. This obviously needs to be filled out as well. Now the only disadvantage is these berries will have to do 4 days. So eventually, what I'll do is I might just enable that. I don't know how many thingies have I got left. I've just got to be careful. Got that. We've got that going. Obviously, that won't stop the water. If I can't get... I'm 133. I just need a small amount. I think I will get it, you know. That's gone up really quick. I won't get it. I won't stop it at the start of the water, though. These are on here. So when I start to enable things, they disable. That's why I've done it that way. Yeah, I only need... Even if I don't even get back, this is really gross. I want this. Doesn't matter which way it was around, but I think that's the better way around. That's the first stage of our... Because then I can get this up to, like... and there's another reason I'll go over in a minute why I've done it that way, as opposed to putting it to here. And you'll get the idea. I've got there. So that's it. I can now get this to be built. I put this on immense get on. Have I got enough? Yes, I have. I've got enough logs, and I've got enough planks as well. That worked out a little better than I thought it did. I thought I'd overdone the planks, but I hadn't done. Just get a slurp of the amber nectar tea. I haven't got a lot of water left, but that's a price to pay. And we'll just start enabling. We'll have to enable a lot more of these. Although now, because when we get this blocked, we'll have the option. I'm going to do something pretty sly that I worked out in this. It's a bit weird, but it works. The next thing that I'm going to need to enable is I'm going to need things like a platform. I'm also going to need the gears as well. So that's another thing. That's another 100. Well, as long as we can get, which is not too bad. I only need 4. I think the water will come back before they get the thing. The other thing, as you can see, well, we know the water comes from here. Is this obviously is going to get a bad water in. So that means I need to solve this problem before the bad water even gets anywhere. Now, I've done the first stage. I've got over here. Sure. I can do another one up there. I suppose I could do it up there. But that would need a platform. That doesn't need a platform. That might be a better way of place as well. I'm going to need more trees, you see, as well. And that's what I'm looking at. I'll get, actually, some back here. We're almost there. Get on. Get on. Just before the waters come back. How about that? That's brilliant. That is fantastico. Fantastico. I'll start sorting this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. This is going to give me about 3 back. It's only 3, but I don't need it, you see, because look, this is nothing up there. I can't do nothing. The main thing to get working again is the water, obviously, and we want this working. I could have paused this, but as you can see, now the water's coming in. This is now being built. Now, as you can see, I'm going to turn this up a bit further. But another reason why I didn't put these down here is if I did this, I worked out before, because as I say, I was messing about and I couldn't, like, get a decent amount of water. Hold decent amount of water. Because I've not put that there, I can set this up to 85. In fact, we're going to go higher than that, and I'll show you why in a minute. When it does get up there. We're still getting this, and these breeding pods are still working as well. We needing more kits. I've got to make sure that I start breeding. Because of the 4, we've got half on that almost. This is almost done, so we'll get that one. We'll get one going. That's good. I need some more of these in this next one. Probably a couple more at least. But we'll have whatever's in that water as well. We're at 56 minutes, so I will be pausing this again in thing, and we'll leave it there. It's probably going to be not an hour because I always end up going over the thing. But you see, I'm filling this up. Now that gives me this back wall as well. It'll now overflow, but that doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go back to 85. I have to sort of manually do that every blooming time, but it's a right pain. This'll go in a minute. Doesn't matter. So I'm only at the berries at the moment. This'll stop in a second. It always does. There we go. Now that'll come back down again. Come on, play the bell. Kid again. There we go. Now we got back with these. We've got enough berries, as you can see. I haven't actually got the berries for that one. So I'm going to pause this and pause this. This obviously is still going. We've got no fill up for the breeding pod. I've got... how many have I got? 2. I need to enable this. So anyway, we're slowly getting there, as you can see. It's slowly, but remember, like I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We are on hard mode, and I've only played this, tested this hard mode for a few hours or so. So once I've sort of got to where I got before and understood, then I'm in fresh territory. So you know, you'll get the idea. I've got another child again, so the breeding pod has done 1. I need to obviously get as many. I don't want to go too far because of the problem with the food, but I don't want to do too less either. So it's something that we've got to manage. And obviously I've got to look at a forester. Now I have got enough for the forester as well. So unfortunately though, that tree is in the way. So I can't put it where I'd want to put it. But I suppose I could put it up here, because it doesn't really matter. But we'll do that in the next one. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to check out Pig's TV for all the latest videos. And we will see you again in our Iron Tooth Fortitude. I think it's classed as Fortitude playthrough. Bye for now.